Hello everyone, welcome to City Talk. I'm Thermice Beville. Mayor Kasim Reed urges the Georgia World Congress Center Authority to resume negotiations with Mount Vernon Baptist Church. It's an effort to keep the South site a viable option for the new Atlanta Falcons Stadium. Reed called a press conference to announce that the city reached an agreement with Friendship Baptist Church worth $19.5 million. That sum will be paid by the Atlanta Falcons. The mayor wants state leaders to resume talks for the South site because that area already has the infrastructure to support tens of thousands of visitors.
I have a vision for this city and what it should look and feel like, and where it's going in 10 and 20 and 30 years. The benefits are the two MARTA locations, its proximity to the Georgia World Congress Center campus right now, my desire to have less traffic and less congestion in the city of Atlanta on days where we have major sporting events.
The Georgia World Congress Center Authority started exploring the north site when negotiations with Mount Vernon came to a standstill, and the deal with Friendship is not final. It must still be ratified by the congregation. Escalation of violent crime in East Atlanta gets the mayor's attention. He went face-to-face with hundreds of District 5 constituents during a public safety town hall forum. Residents are fed up with a wave of crime plaguing their community. Mayor Reed and City Councilwoman Natalie Archibong listened and offered solutions. It was all city in for the first in a series of town hall meetings hosted by Mayor Reed. The topic, public safety, and the focus, crime in District 5.
Tonight's town hall meeting is going to accomplish a very good thing in the sense of community members knowing that the mayor and all of the police command staff are really engaged and concerned about crime in the city.
It was standing room only in the auditorium at Drew Charter School. Residents from the surrounding area are anxious about crime in their neighborhoods.
I'm here tonight to make sure that my family and my neighborhood is safe. We've had a few issues in the past, and most recently a little too close to home. So I just want to make sure that my son and my girlfriend is safe in this neighborhood.
I'm a new resident to Atlanta. One thing that we're really concerned about is the number of incidents that are happening in and around the neighborhood. And we'd like to see, at least from my personal standpoint, a heightened presence of public safety personnel in that area.
The mayor is serious about addressing crime in this community. Already there is increased police foot patrols, additional video surveillance cameras, and new police leadership has been appointed.
We have the expertise and we also have the resources. So from tonight, let's track it together. Because let's track it together and see, do we turn the tide and push it in a downward direction?
The series of public safety town halls also included a meeting at Armwood Park Presbyterian Church in District 1, where Councilmember Carla Smith and the mayor heard from constituents about issues facing their neighborhoods. Future meetings are planned for the central and northern sections of the city. National Night Out is an effort to promote crime prevention, police community partnerships, and neighborhood camaraderie. Neighborhoods across Atlanta came together for National Night Out, and council members were out and about in the community.
But on this day, first Tuesday in August of every year across the country, communities are saying, this is our day. This is not any criminal's day. This is nobody else's day. This is a neighborhood day. And that we're declaring on this day, National Night Out, that there will not be crime in our community, that we will work with the police department, that we will work with community, that we will work with the fire department, and that we will work with elected officials, that we will work with the FBI, we will work with the court system to make sure that we have the best we can in terms of protecting our community.
Council members Shepherd, Archibong, Watson, Winslow, Young, Moore, Willis, Martin, and President Mitchell participated in this year's event to promote unity in the community. Council District 10 had many neighborhoods gather for community pride and safety. National Night Out events across the city featured food, music, and fun for residents and their children. The group at the Police Athletic League in Anderson Park were pleased with the level of support in that area.
We congratulate all these communities who, not just today, but every day take a stand for safe neighborhoods. You know, we've got some real challenges out here, but I know together we can resolve any of them. And I know our police force is committed.
This is an opportunity for us to really get out in the community and continue to do what we do, and that is partner with communities, talk about what we're doing as it relates to public safety. We just really want the community to know that what we're doing really in trying to make sure that we provide a quality of life and provide some continuity in the community.
Also, at National Night Out, residents get to know their neighbors, area firefighters, and local police officers.
It's important that people address crime, but know the opportunity that people are there for them. So this is an opportunity for community and policing to meet.
It's very important for us because it gives us a chance in public safety to reconnect with the community, connect with the kids, and that's what it's all about. A lot of times, the only time they see us is when there's an emergency going on. So they should see us in another capacity.
I think that it helps the children to recognize that the police are their friend. We want to get to them early, and let them know that we are a community, the police as well as the business, the residents, and the children learn a lot from that. When they see us interacting with one another, it's always a good thing.
Police Chief George Turner says he's proud of the way Atlantans band together to strengthen all of our neighborhoods. Mayor Reed joined officials from Parks and Recreation, the Atlanta Beltline, and the Path Foundation to dedicate the Southwest Connector Trail of the Beltline. The new addition begins at the Lionel-Hampton Trail, winds its way through the trees, and emerges onto Westwood Avenue. The trail also allows better access to Beecher Hills Elementary School.
We are committed to making Atlanta more green, more sustainable, and we are committed to providing all of you world-class amenities in every single part of the city. So I just want you to know we're not going to let up, we're not going to get tired.
The Atlanta Police Department unveils its new Path Force unit. The 15-officer unit is headed by 3 supervisors. The unit patrols the Atlanta Beltline and all of its adjoining parks on foot and on bicycle. The unit also will use off-road motorcycles, ATVs, and a possible electric vehicle in the future.
This unit is going to be focused on securing the Atlanta Beltline every single day. And that's why we wanted to be here and wanted to send a clear message to the public that we hear you loud and clear, that we see the same things that you see, and that we're going to continue to protect every single part of the city of Atlanta.
The new Path Force unit is funded by a $1.8 million federal grant and has seasoned APD officers who are also military veterans. Enhancements to inform and keep residents safe on the Beltline are also being added to existing trails.
We're already adding lighting on a number of our bridges. We're working with the police department on the camera system, and we're going one step further. We're adding new and more accessible signage and trail markers. So no matter where you are along the trail, you'll be able to find your way and be able to get help.
More lighting, trail markers, and cameras will also be incorporated into future trails along the Beltline. 4 Atlanta Fire Rescue employees received executive certificates in Homeland Security and Emergency Management from the University of Georgia's Office of Continuing Education. Assistant Chief Stephen Woodworth, Captain William Pearson, Lieutenant James Garner, and firefighter Craig Dowdell completed the first of its kind 18-month-long course held in Griffin, Georgia. The program covers topics such as U.S. law of Homeland Security, technology, terrorism and public policy, emergency weather planning and response, and public administration. The City of Atlanta placed a moratorium on issuing temporary parking lot permits in the Castleberry Hill neighborhood in order to allow for a review of the regulations that govern temporary parking lots in that area. The 180-day moratorium, which went into effect July 24th, closes a dozen temporary lots off Martin Luther King Jr. Drive and McDaniel Street between Northside Drive, Whitehall Street, and Spring Street. The review process may not take the entire 180 days, and the moratorium could be lifted sooner. For more information, visit atlantagA.gov or parkatlanta.org. A new ordinance now requires Atlanta residents and business owners to register burglar alarms. This measure is aimed at cutting down the number of false alarms the police department responds to.
Last year alone, APD responded to 59,000 false alarms, which is a huge waste of manpower, resources, critical resources, as well as a huge cost to the city.
The new rule takes effect September 15th, but you have until February 1st to register your alarm without penalty. There is a $150 fine for not registering an alarm after that date. The first false alarm earns a warning. The second false alarm carries a $50 fine. To register your alarm for free, visit crywolf.us/AtlantaGA. Construction on Ponce City Market is chugging along. Crews have already removed most of the old parking deck. They are also working to level off the North Avenue facing side of the parking lot so that it sits even with the sidewalk and street. David Bennett with the mayor's office says once construction is complete, Ponce City Market will be a transformative site in that part of the city.
I think when it's all said and done, what you will see is a destination. The atmosphere they're going to create in there is going to be really unique to the city. And pretty much every city you have places where you go and everyone says you have to see this one place. Ponce City Market will be that place.
And even though Ponce City Market does not open until the fall of 2014, applications are already being accepted for the Suzuki Preparatory Preschool. To find out more, visit PonceCityMarket.com. Folks in Piedmont Park got a little bit of ice cream to go along with health and wellness tips. And we chat with Chief Procurement Officer Adam Smith. Stay with us. Chief Procurement Officer Adam Smith is with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You oversee all purchasing activity for the city. So tell us a little bit about the role of the Department of Procurement for the City of Atlanta.
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me here today. It's a great opportunity to be able to tell the public about how vendors can do business with the city. My department is primarily responsible for overseeing all of the purchasing of goods and services for all of the departments for the city of Atlanta, from pens and pencils to construction, to major construction at the airport, to police cars, to guns, to uniforms. We handle all the purchasing for all of the city departments for the city of Atlanta.
What are the purchasing methods used by the city?
There are several purchasing methods set forth according to the procurement code. And the procurement code is the code by which we govern in terms of how we handle our procurement matters. There's the request for proposal, which is a very popular way of procuring goods and services. There's invitation to bid, which is another way that we procure goods and services. We have what you call special procurement. We have sole source. We have emergency procurements. And we also have cooperative arrangements that we to procure goods and services.
What are some of the services generally purchased by the city, and how does someone or a company learn about projects out for bid?
Sure. The city of Atlanta is a large city, obviously, and we run a very large operation, and we're unique in so many ways, in that we are a city that runs and operates, a very large airport. It's the busiest airport in the world. So we do all of the purchasing for the airport, all of the city departments. We also have a very large water department. We do all of the purchasing for the water department as well. So some of the things that we purchase, I can tell you from the commodities, which are very basic, again, pens and pencils, to engineering services, consulting services, to all of the equipment for all of our operating departments, police, fire, corrections, all of our equipment and needs for the other departments as well, the support departments. So we do all of the purchasing, we do the whole gamut of purchasing goods and services for all the departments.
How does a person or a company become a city vendor?
Now, a city vendor is synonymous to what we call supplier. So it's very simple. In fact, we encourage people to become a city vendor. And it's a very simple process. You go to the city website, and you go to the Department of Procurement website and you look for the supplier registration page, and you register to do business with the city simply right there online. It's a simple registration process.
What have you seen as some of the challenges for city vendors wanting to compete for projects?
Some of our projects are very complex, again, because we have some very complex projects and departments for those departments. For instance, again, I mentioned our watershed department. It's a very complex department because of our water infrastructure that we're trying to improve upon. Our aviation department, again, the largest and busiest in the world. We're constantly renovating and upgrading and doing things at the airport. And so again, I want to emphasize we encourage the vendor supplier community to participate in our procurement process because we have a number of projects where we need vendors and suppliers to participate. But some of the areas where we have seen suppliers and vendors that created some problems with their bids or proposals have been in the areas of bonding and insurance. Because some of our projects are very complex, almost all of our projects require some form of insurance or bonding capacity. And some of our suppliers are just not able to meet those bonding requirements. We have been working with the supplier vendor community to help them meet those requirements. So that's one of the areas. The other area is in the area of the forms that we require that you submit with your bid or proposal. There are certain forms that we require you to submit. And we ask all the suppliers and vendors to pay particular attention to what we request and that you submit those documents that we request. Because when you don't submit them, it creates a problem with the procurement process.
All right, Adam Smith, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Atlanta's biggest back-to-school party gives thousands of kids a head start. And kids in the Old Fourth Ward spent their summer doing more than just having fun. The newest Opportunity Zone in the city of Atlanta is on the south side, taking in portions of Cleveland Avenue and Metropolitan Parkway. The Georgia Department of Community Affairs designated the area eligible for jobs tax credits through the state's Opportunity Zones program. The state agency previously approved Opportunity Zones on Auburn Avenue, Marietta Street, Fort McPherson, and portions of Midtown. Businesses will be able to claim a yearly credit of $3,500 for every job created, as long as they create 2 jobs per year over 5 years. Students from District 12's After 5 Summer Youth Program held a mock debate about off-road vehicles. Councilmember Shepherd canvassed neighborhoods in her area back in July to get the word out about the illegal use of ATVs. She introduced legislation to address what she says is a safety concern. During the debate, the students had a lively discussion about the issue. The After 5 program is an after-school enrichment program founded by Shepherd to keep young people engaged between the hours of 5 and 9 p.m. Operation Peace wrapped up its summer camp. Peace stands for Positive Education Always Creates Elevation. Founded in 1995 by Edna Moffett, Operation Peace began as an effort to improve the lives of children in the Old Fourth Ward. The summer camp is designed around academic support, personal growth, and fun.
We had over 650 young people in summer camps, over 5 different camps, Operation Peace being one of those. Also, we had 100 senior citizens in the summer camp as well. So you can imagine seniors also need things to do in the summer.
The small, innovative after-school program has now evolved into a youth summer academy, adult computer classes, job training, and programs for seniors. V103 teamed up with Councilmember C.T. Martin and Parks and Rec for a back-to-school jam at the Adamsville Recreation Center. Councilman H. Lamar Willis was also there. The kids got a whole bunch of school supplies while the crowd was entertained by the Centennial High School dance team.
It's an opportunity to see the talent that we have and what the staff is doing, a lot of them being volunteers, to help develop our young people. Obviously, the emphasis today was on health. And we're always excited about that. Healthy activities, healthy food.
Councilman Martin had an encore presentation with back-to-school efforts in District 10. He was also at Alta Point Apartments helping kids get ready for another year of learning. Councilman Martin has always made young people and education a top priority. Councilwoman Cleta Winslow was busy throughout District 4, making sure kids in her area had what they needed for the new school year. Winslow had a back-to-school party and health fair at West End Church of Christ and gave away supplies in James Orange Park.
I just want to say kudos to all the churches in District 4 who really reached out to help our children this year and give them a good start to the 2013-2014 school year.
We have enough supplies for about 300 and some children, so we are here to give back to our community and give back to our kids because we want them to know we love them because they are our future.
Winslow hit a number of places this summer, giving kids quite a few things to go back to school. Everybody's talking about them. We'll take you to Zoo Atlanta for a look at the twin pandas and find out how the airport wants you to help Atlanta Public Schools. That's next. They are seeing double at the zoo. That's right, a giant panda gave birth to twins on July 15th. Councilmember Carla Smith is delighted about the baby pandas. She says this is really great news.
We're thrilled about the twin pandas. This is the first time that twins have been born in the United States in 26 years, and it happened in Atlanta, in District 1 at Zoo Atlanta.
Lulu's doing fantastic. So this is her fourth litter of cubs and she's doing great. She's an experienced mom and she's just taking it all in stride and doing really well.
Loon Loon, the giant panda, was artificially inseminated. The father of the twins, Yang Yang, also lives at Zoo Atlanta, and zookeepers have their hands full.
We actually never wished for twins because we knew it was going to be a lot of work for us because although giant pandas often have twins, they usually only take care of one of the cubs.
This usually leads to death for the other twin, so Zoo Atlanta will rotate the twins to Loon Loon during the first few months. When Mama Panda is taking care of one cub, zoo officials along with veterinary teams will care for the other cub in the nursery. Over the last few weeks, the twins have rapidly gained weight. Zoo officials say they will wait until the cubs are 100 days old to name them. That's a Chinese tradition. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport partners with Delaware North Travel Hospitality Services to present an online art auction featuring artwork created by area high school students.
We wanted to reach out to the community and get local community support involved. So we reached out to some local schools here in the area and we asked them to put together some arts that we can put in the temporary locations along some of these construction walls. So instead of looking at just a white wall, now we're actually looking at artwork, and it's visibly appealing to the passengers, and at the same time give back to the community.
Talented artists created works depicting icons of rock, murals of love, and cosmic fusion.
What was nice about it is that we could pretty much do whatever we wanted to. We didn't have like a certain theme or something that we had to stick to.
The art auction is now underway. You can see all of the work and learn about the student artists by logging on to dncforthearts.org. All of the money from the auction goes to art programs at Atlanta Public Schools. The City of Atlanta has online services available to make doing business with the city a little easier. On our website, you can pay water bills, municipal court citations, parking tickets, and apply for permits. Atlanta's list of online services will continue to grow as the city strives to identify more opportunities to provide access to government services via the internet. For a full list of online services, visit our website at atlantagA.gov. Dessert and fitness were the focus of the Ice Cream Festival held in Piedmont Park. Folks cooled down with ice cream treats, then headed over to the grass where they learned about health and wellness issues.
There's nothing wrong with enjoying a little bit of ice cream as long as you're able then to burn off those calories. You know, you've got to eat a little bit bad, but just not overdo it.
I'm glad I found out about it. One of my patients told me about
the ice cream, so I figured I'd do a long run, get a quick workout in, and then earn the ice cream. It's been great.
Fathers who may seem uncool to their kids had a chance to prove them wrong during the Cool Dads Rock Soapbox Derby. The race was held in historic Old Fourth Ward Park. Families gathered to watch their stock car drivers speed downhill and around obstacles. Some even added a little bit of boost to their engines.
The whole thing behind the whole event is building better relationships with fathers and their kids. There's good fathers. The whole slogan is actually Cool Dads Rock, where we make uncool dads cool and cool dads even cooler. So if you don't have a good relationship, we make it good. If you have a good relationship, we make it even better.
Cars were judged on speed and creativity, and fans got the chance to vote on their favorite soapbox cars. Thank you for watching City Talk. I'm Thermice Beville.